for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it every Monday through Friday for my daily check-in. I do it here live on LinkedIn and live on YouTube at the same time. So hopefully you guys are doing well. I just want to make sure that I am live. Am I live on LinkedIn and am I live on YouTube? Okay, there we go. Okay, it's working. It's working today. Hey, the chat is open if you want to make comments, whatever you want to interact, you want to engage, because that's what it's all about. I encourage the engagement and all that kind of stuff. So please feel free to engage at any time, and I'll put your chat on the screen so everyone can see it. Not just you, everybody can see it. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Today is Friday. You're ready for the weekend. Southern California has been sunny the last several days. In fact, darn right warm and hot. I guess depending on where you are here in Southern California. I'm in LA. It's probably, I'm gonna say 75-ish, somewhere around there. The valleys and probably downtown are gonna be upwards of over 80, if not 90 and 100 in the valley. Palm Springs is well over 100, and I think Blythe, my hometown, I heard, I'm not sure if it's true, but I'm gonna say it's like 100 degrees there. I mean, 110 degrees from what I understand. So that's what they say. That's what they tell me. So I'm not sure. I'm not there. Thank God I'm not there. But if it is, it is. Hey, Jasmine, how are you? Jasmine, hello from Irvine. Appreciate you coming on. Let me just, I see, I can put your, see, that's Jasmine. It says LinkedIn user, but it's actually Jasmine. I'm not sure why it doesn't come out like that on LinkedIn, but obviously Jasmine do something in order for her to be seen as far as the name. But no, I appreciate you, Jasmine. Thank you so much. I do these lives every day. Just in case you did not know, Jasmine, I do these lives every Monday through Friday. Talk about hospitality. Talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the challenging of the hospitality industry. Just things that are going on, like the strike. You guys know that the hotel union or the employees, like housekeepers and pretty much everyone in a hotel, that's not a manager, they are covered by one particular union, maybe not the engineering, but I want to say it's Unite 11. So they have been on strike on and off for the last over a better part of a week, I guess, probably right after or right before 4th of July holidays when they started. So they are back on. They did a pause for a couple minutes. Now they're back on, and now they're joined by the writers were on strike, and now the actors are on strike too. So you got the actors, the writers, and hotel employees that are on strike too. All basically in the entertainment industry, right? Are we hospitality? Is that the entertainment industry too? I don't know. Some may, debate about that, but you're either in the entertainment industry or the hospitality industry here. Okay, you're in one or the other. Okay, probably both of those industries probably make up probably 60-70% of the workforce. I'm just going to say that. And I'm only speaking for LA, okay? So don't get carried away saying, oh, you're talking about the United States? No, I don't think so. No, I'm talking about just LA area, which, that's where I am. So, but anyway, when I come on here, I do have an agenda. I do have a couple of things I want to talk about. And one big thing I want to talk about is, every hotel goes through budgets, right? They go through budget seasons, the previous year, like say last year, I guess budget season has changed, right? When I was on property, maybe started in October. When I first started, it started in October. Then next thing you know, it was like September. Then before there was August. And then, you're in July and you're talking about the budget for the next year, right? So it's just an ongoing thing. But, you're always comparing yourself, year over year, how you're doing in your performance, especially when you're sales directors, sales managers, always about are you better than last year or are you better than last quarter? So with that being said, I talk to a lot of hotels and just ask me, hey, how you guys doing the budget anyway? How are sales and things like that? Some hotels are doing okay. A lot of hotels are not. They're struggling to make their numbers, right? Maybe they're a little aggressive. I don't know. But, when you get that call and we get to have that conversation with someone, they said, hey, it's July and we're under budget by like a lot. What do we do? Will you have any suggestions? And I said, well, dust off your resume. First and foremost, no, that was a joke, okay? But no, I always have something. I always have a comeback. I said, okay, give me a minute to think about this, and just so I can just kind of map out, what I would do. I'm on property. Let's say, what would I do? I'm a director of sales and marketing, and I'm asked like, okay, we're behind. What are we going to do to make it up? Well, first and foremost, you ain't gonna make up. If you're like, let's say you're down $1 million, okay, to budget, okay, you ain't gonna make that up, okay. Yeah, there's no way that you're gonna make that up, and unless I said no way. Miracles do exist in this world, even in hospitality, but it's hard to make up that kind of ground, okay. But what can you do? You can mitigate, the situation. You can stop the bleeding, so to speak. You don't want to, say you're down $1 million. You don't want to be down, $1.2 million. So yeah, there are ways that you can do. And are they simple ways? The stuff I'm gonna give you, it may come across as being simple, but you actually have to do the work. Okay, so that's the thing. I can come out with a whole outline as to how you can stop or how you can maybe gain some ground on your budget, but only 10% of the people that even listen to this would even write it down, or it would put it to memory or whatever. So you have to put in the work. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You have to put in the work. And are a lot of people willing to put in the work? I don't know. But we're gonna move forward, and I'm gonna share some stuff with you. Now, I'm only gonna put the outline part, right? So I'm gonna go one by one. Okay, I have 10 of these. Okay, so write them down if you wanna, if you're interested, because I am not gonna share these, to the world on LinkedIn. So it's only for the people that are actually watching this show. Either you're watching it live on LinkedIn and YouTube, or you look at the replay. I mean, it's going to be there. I'm not taking it down. But before, I would go over these things, and I would in detail post these on LinkedIn or different social media platforms. I'm not doing that, okay? But if you listen to it, if you watch it, it's here. So there you go. And if you have questions about anything, please feel free to reach out and touch, and I'll let you know. Okay, so number one, analyze current performance. What does that mean? Conduct a thorough analysis of your hotel's current performance to identify areas of weakness and opportunities for improvement. Review revenue streams, occupancy rates, average daily rates, ADR, and market trends to understand the factors contributing to the budget shortfall. Why are you falling short? Okay, so you're gonna have to analyze. You have to do some work. You have to do some homework. Like, why? I'm gonna look at I can't even speak. ADRs, are they too low? Are they competitive? I mean, what's going on? I mean, what do I need to check out to see if these things are right? Are we comparing things to last year? I don't know, but you need to analyze your current performance. Identify areas of weakness and opportunities for improvement. Review revenue streams, occupancy rates, ADR, and market trends to understand the factors, right? So what are the trends? What's going on in your particular city or your destination? Are you near a convention center? Are you downtown? Are you at an airport property? What's going on? Are there traffic generators that may be down? You know what I mean? Like, say, I used to be the director of sales and marketing at the Sheraton at Universal Studios. Now, we went as Universal Studios went. So if there's something going on at the studio, Universal Studios, we're going to feel it as well, right? So if there are people not going through the gates there, more than likely they're not coming and checking in our hotel. Okay, so because there's a reason why they were there in that area. They weren't just there just because they're there for the park. They were there because they worked in the office building. NBC was there. A lot of major studios, not just Universal, but a lot of major like music studios, all these kind of stuff were around that area, right? So those were the traffic generators that created traffic for us, in and around the hotel. So that's the reason why they're there. So if those things are whatever down, then more than likely we were going to be down as well. So Miss Jasmine says SWOT analysis. Boom. Okay. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay. Hey, I know. So yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate you sharing, Jasmine. Number two. Let me get to number two. So these are all individual. Yeah, SWOT analysis is good. this is kind of a SWOT analysis, but it goes a little bit in more detail of what you should be doing. I mean, this is a 10-step thing. Okay, so just take the notes and just, whatever applies to you applies to you. Review sales strategies. Review sales strategies. Evaluate your sales strategies and tactics to ensure they are effectively driving revenue. Identify any areas where adjustments can be made to optimize sales efforts. Consider targeting specific market segments. Okay, maybe leisure market. Maybe that's just one. What about that airline you're thinking about taking? There's different market segments out there that we have not visited, or maybe we were presented and we say, oh no, that's too low rated. Oh, it's too rated. Sometimes hotels can be too damn proud for their own good. Okay, you got to think about it. If I take an airline, that downsizes your hotel. Like say if you're a 200-room hotel and you take airline to 50, now you're a 150-room hotel. Is it easier to fill up 150 rooms or 200? I don't know. Just you think about that. But identify areas where adjustments can be made to optimize sales efforts. Consider targeting specific market segments, revising pricing strategies, or introducing promotions to attract more bookings. So whatever that means to you, that's what you should do. Okay, so these are just suggestions. These are not, end all be all, but they're definitely there's some good ass suggestions here. So take some notes. Number 3, focus on revenue management. What does that mean? Work closely with your revenue management team to optimize pricing and inventory management strategies. Implement dynamic pricing strategies, adjust room rates based on demand patterns, and closely monitor your competitive set to ensure your pricing remains competitive. Okay, salespeople, revenue management and sales should go hand in hand, right? But in a lot of hotels, it doesn't, right? In fact, we hate that darn revenue manager. Because sometimes, they have in their head, they don't look at the entire picture sometimes. And I'm just saying it because I've been on property before and I'm saying what some people would be thinking out there. So it's okay. I can do that. Right. But sometimes we discount some of the things that they have to say. And in a case like this, when you're down, you need all the help you can get. Okay. So put aside any, issues you have with anybody, and make sure you come together, because at the end of the day, it's about everybody being successful, not just for the sales departments, not just for revenue management, not just for GM. It's for everyone to be successful, because if you don't make budget, the entire hotel sucks. Okay. And they're going to look at every department sideways, right? Like, okay, well, you didn't adjust, some departments that are not revenue creating departments, they're in charge of managing their budgets at least, right? So, and if you have less money to play with, then you got less, supplies to buy, okay? Because you don't have the money to you have to adjust. If you're not making your budget, you have to adjust your spending, okay? So it affects every single person, every single department, every manager, everything. So sometimes you have to get together with, revenue management or whatever. And in some hotels, there's a great relationship. I understand that. I'm just being funny or whatever, but and some it's not. I mean, like I said, I'm being honest, so I know. So, but we got to put our differences aside and make sure it's one common goal. That's hotel success. Okay, and hotel success comes in many different ways, but we're talking about the budget right now. So I think that's the most important way, right? Are we making budget? Are we doing everything we can be doing? Are we analyzing things that are coming in? Are we making sure we're being smart about the business that we're bringing in? Does it make sense? Does it make dollars? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You ever heard that one? Anyway. Okay, so focus on revenue management. Number 4, enhance marketing efforts. What does that mean? Review your marketing campaigns and identify opportunities to increase visibility and attract more bookings. Consider leveraging digital marketing channels such as social media advertising, search engine optimization, that's SEO, and targeted online campaigns to reach potential guests. Highlight unique selling points special offers and packages to create interest and generate bookings. You want to create a buzz. You want to create excitement. This is where that sales, and I always have this. I've always had issues with this. We have these titles, Director of Sales and Marketing, but we do more sales than the marketing. So when it comes down to, well, I have to actually do some marketing, i.e., let's create, let's increase our visibility. Let's attract more bookings. Let's consider leveraging digital marketing channels. Let's use social media. When you mention those things, they're like, well, I've never done that before. What do I do? How do I do that? Don't we have a PR company that does that? I think we pay a social media company to do it. Well, a social media company is not there. They're not there. They don't know the issue that you're going through. That's why I'm okay with, some sales directors having, layers of people to help them with certain things. But if you don't understand it yourself, how can you tell them what's going on or what you need help with? Okay, so those are my issues. Like, I took it upon myself to learn everything that I can, especially when it comes to marketing. Okay, because I already knew the sales part. I already know how to sell. Okay, but with a lot of director of sales and marketing, they don't understand the marketing part of it. It's kind of an afterthought. Oh, I can be in front of one talking to somebody. I can go to a function. Okay, but what about the digital piece? What are we doing about that? Those are things that we should be kind of honing. If we have any skills at all, we should be working on those particular things. Okay. So sometimes it's about getting out of that comfort zone and doing some things that you haven't done before. So when it says enhance marketing efforts, that's what it means. We need to get out of the sales part. Let your salespeople do the selling. Okay. You do the marketing. You concentrate on the marketing aspect of it. Even if you have a separate company doing it, you need to be involved in what they're doing. Okay. What are they doing? Because a lot of times we have these social media companies that are doing things for us. They're not even located in the same city. What the hell do they know what's going on? Unless you tell them. Okay. And they're sending out stock photos and things like that. What the hell is that going to do? Nothing. So there you go. Number five. Boom. Strengthen sales team performance. Provide additional training and support to your sales team to enhance their effectiveness in securing new business. Evaluate their sales techniques, offer guidance on negotiation skills, and provide resources to help them generate leads and convert prospects into bookings. Encourage collaboration between sales and revenue management teams to maximize revenue opportunities. So, have they been trained? Are they, have we done a training in a while? Do we even know what they're doing? Have we been on sales calls with our salespeople? Do we know that they're actually going out and making these sales calls? Do we know what they're saying? Do we know if they're leaving money on the table? Are they able to close? People can be dangling business in front of people's eyes or mouths or heads or faces or eyes, and they don't know that they're even dangling it. They don't know how to close the deal. What's the next step? So are we throwing our people out there and we really don't know how they're selling or if they're capable of selling, or we're just listening to them being order takers and just listening to what's going on the phone? Okay, and then like, oh, okay, well, he answered or she answered the phone. Okay, well, she had a good conversation with him. But it starts when you leave there. Okay, that's a reactive salesperson. That's not a proactive salesperson. There's two types of salespeople. There's the reactive and the proactive. Proactive are the ones that are going out hunting and making that phone ring. Reactive, they're just waiting for that phone to ring, and they've never been challenged to go out to leave the office. And there's some hotel companies that do that. They have reactive and proactive, and which is fine. But the proactive people are in charge of making that phone ring. They're giving them a job to do, to answer the phone, right? So there's a difference. But a lot of salespeople have to do both. They have to leave the office, leave the nest, go out, fly around and find food. Okay? They have to hunt. They eat what they kill. You know what I mean? But a lot of people haven't been trained like that. So are we training our people? Who are our people? Do we even know? Evaluate your people first and foremost. And if you have open positions, I'm jumping here. If you have open positions in your sales team, you are losing money. Okay, because no one is handling that particular market. Oh, yeah, they are because so-and-so is doing multiple markets. Yeah, well, something is suffering. So if he's only giving 50% of the effort of the market that he's responsible for and 50% to another market that's been vacant for a year, I mean, that's crazy. That's losing money. People don't look at it like that. They think of it as saving money. No, you're losing money. If it's a sales position that's open, you are losing money. Let's see, Miss Robin. Good afternoon, Rox. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going off on, I don't even know what the topic is. Say your hotel's not making budget. These are basically suggestions to make up some ground if your hotel is behind budget. If you're behind the budget, what else did she say? She said, happy Friday to everyone. Pull up, let's build. There you go. Thank you so much, Robin. Appreciate you. But yeah, so I'm Russell of Hotels. I do these daily check-ins, and today the daily check-in, I always have an agenda, and basically your hotel is currently under budget, and these are some suggestions to help you make up the ground. Now, I mentioned this before I started this. I'm not posting these. These are 10 steps to making up ground for budget or making budget or just doing whatever you should be doing, right? But I am not posting these because normally I would post these in their entirety on LinkedIn, but no, you would have to go back and re-listen. If you're just now joining in, you have to go back and re-listen and you'll get all 10 steps, but I'm not going to post them. If you're interested in that, you got to reach out in touch and call me and then we'll talk about it. So 6, foster relationships with key accounts, strengthen relationships with key corporate clients, travel agents, and online travel agencies, OTAs. We know what that is, right? Third parties. I got another thing about third parties, but I'm not, this is not about third parties today, but they are relationships that you need to foster those relationships. Identify opportunities for upselling or cross-selling to existing accounts. Offer tailored packages or exclusive benefits to encourage repeat business and referrals. Okay, so make sure that, whatever our key accounts are, we're strengthening those relationships. Well, first and foremost, do we have relationships with them? We need to make sure we do have those relationships with, those key accounts, those travel agents that people think. I remember I had a conversation with somebody and I mentioned, just kind of, meeting with some travel agents or travel companies or whatever. She goes, travel agents, didn't they go by the way of the dodo? I'm like, what are you talking about? Travel agents are there. They've been there. They will always be there. There's 250,000 travel agents out there. Okay. Now, some are better than others. I would definitely say that. But no, they didn't go the way. If you don't understand what I mean by they went the way of the dodo bird is extinct. So they're saying, this person said, well, aren't they extinct? Are they still around? No, they're still around. And a lot of them are called meeting planners now, okay? Meeting professionals, okay? So no, they have not gone the way of the dodo. I see a comment, topic, wait a minute. How to men when falling behind on your, how to men when falling behind on your hotel budget. Yeah, that's the topic. There you go. There you go. How to mend a broken heart. Who sang that song? Tell me who sang that song. But anyway, no, I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. Sometimes songs come to my head. It's just based on me reading things. But yeah, how to mend when falling behind your hotel budget. Like what you should do. What should you do? I mean, the ship is taking on water. How do you plug up some of these holes? You still may sink, but maybe, you're not going to sink as fast. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll mitigate some of the stuff, or maybe you're able to, transfer the water somewhere else, and that way you're not sinking like you were sinking, okay? So 7, number 7, and this is 10. I have 10 of these. Explore new market opportunities. Now, I mentioned airlines a while ago. Explore new market opportunities. Identify untapped market segments or emerging trends that could bring additional revenue to your hotel. Consider partnerships with local businesses, targeted marketing to niche markets, or hosting special events or conferences to attract new guests. That's where that social media piece comes in, right? Go after markets you didn't get before. How do you get to those people? Sometimes we got to do things that are outside that box, outside the circle that we're normally used to doing, right? Maybe we need to, put things on social media, let people know that we have these specials or these deals, these opportunities. Go after markets that you've been thinking about going after. Do more research on this bleisure thing. Bleisure is a thing that's here to stay. Bleisure and leisure, put them together and it makes bleisure, right? But a lot of people don't even understand that. How do you find that business? The offices that we used to do business in, we can't go in there anymore. That's because they don't work in their offices anymore. They are now remote. How do you reach those remote people? A lot of times it's not through your traditional ways. Traditional business is not the same. I mean, before COVID, we were doing all those things, right? We're still going and meeting people. And even right now, we may be going to meet some people, but there's a lot of people that still haven't returned and will never return to their offices. So how do you reach those people? How do you even know what bleisure is? Who's bleisure versus a leisure? We need to ask questions. I think I have one where we talk about incorporating or getting, other departments involved in this, like the front desk or whatever. Ask questions. Ask that extra question. Hang out in your lobby. As a salesperson, I hung out in the lobby because I wanted to know where these people were coming from, who they were. Who are these people? You know what I mean? Why are you staying here? Why did you choose to stay here? Oh, my office building is right down the street. I do contract work for NBC Studios. Okay, now I know. And it was over a weekend. Why are you staying on the weekend? Oh, because I have my family coming in. That's bleisure. They're there during the week for business. Now they're there on the weekend for bleisure. They're staying 2 extra days. There's a lot of people that do that. But if we don't ask the questions, we ain't going to never know. So, and explore new market opportunities, like that's airline. Okay, so even if airlines have not approached your hotel, maybe you can approach the airlines and ask them. It just depends on where, your proximity to the airport, what amenities that you have to offer them, because, certain airlines want certain things. And a lot of them have their own transportation. They just want a hotel to go to. And if you're near somewhere where they want to be, that's all the more valuable, right? So I've dealt with airlines, let's see, I've been in 14 different hotels. I've dealt with airlines, probably like at least half of them. 7 hotels I've dealt with airlines. And I mean, when they take up, you don't want to give your entire house to them, right? But like, say I had a larger hotels, right? So 50 rooms, that means that basically, you give them 50 rooms, that's 50 rooms that you don't have to worry about. So that condenses the size of your hotel. Now, I gave the example, instead of having a 200 room hotel, I give 50 to the airline. I have to worry about them. Now I only have 150 rooms to sell. What's better, selling 150 or 200? I don't know. But let's see, what did Robin say? Okay, that's the topic right there. That comes from Miss Jasmine. And then Miss Robin says, great topic. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. I appreciate that. I appreciate you and Jasmine making your comments. Feel free to make more. So those are the opportunities. So number 8. Guest experience and reputation management. Focus on delivering exceptional guest experiences to drive positive reviews and repeat business. Repeat business. Who doesn't like repeat business? Take care of the client or the guest the first time, and they keep coming back. Because it's harder to get people to come back once you piss them off, or once we delivered substandard service. We didn't clean the room. We didn't give them the checkout time that they wanted. I mean, that's something else. Or maybe we're rude to them. I don't know. They didn't, the valet wasn't there when they went to get their car, or room service was late, or you don't have room service. I mean, there's a lot of things that people have issues with, right? But it's all about their experiences. So what are we doing to make sure guests have that great experience? Because it's easier to keep the people that you have than to lose a piece of business and try to get it back. You're going to spend so much more money trying to get those people to come back. So why not take care of them the first time while they're here? So we have to listen to them. We have to listen to guests. We got to get other departments involved in this whole thing, okay? Because we're going to sink or swim together, okay? If we're coming down, everybody's going down. But if we're going up, everybody's going up, right? Everybody's going to rise to the occasion. So that's what you want. So guest experience and manage. And I didn't finish reading this, did I? Okay. Let me start over. Focus on delivering exceptional guest experiences to drive positive reviews and repeat business. Encourage guest feedback. Encourage it. Encourage guest feedback and address any concerns promptly to maintain a strong online reputation. That's where online reputation. Leverage positive reviews and guest testimonials in your marketing efforts. I'll be blowing up social media. Any kind of positive reviews that I get, I'm blowing it up on social media. Every platform that hotel has, hopefully your hotel does utilize social media, right? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I mean, all those platforms are there. TikTok, they're there for a reason, right? They're there to let people know that, hey, I'm here at this hotel. This is what's going on. We're getting great reviews because, believe me, that stuff it spreads like wildfire, especially when it's good stuff. Okay, well, bad stuff does go a lot further, right? This ain't bad stuff we're talking about. We're talking about the good stuff, right? So, but you do that, and then you see what other comments will come because of that, right? And then, but you have to continue to do that. You don't post one thing and then, go a year and think that, everything's going to be great. No, you have to be consistent with this. You have to be consistent with that. In order to reach people, in order to get your message out there, in order for people to see that, hey, there's a great hotel over there. They're getting all these positive reviews. You got to continue to do it because it's not for the people that are following you, it's for the people that don't follow you. Okay, always remember that. All right, and everybody's not going to see it on the first go round. So you got to continue to do it. You're never going to reach everybody, but you're going to start reaching enough people where it's going to make a big difference. But it does take time to get there. Okay, and I think that's probably the drawback to a lot more hotels getting involved in social media because of the time that it takes. They think they want this Band-Aid fix, and that's not going to happen. Okay, that is not going to happen. So we have to do things. It has to be strategic, just like your marketing plan is strategic. Hopefully it is, and you're following those things. Social media should be part of your marketing plan. If it's not in there, you're missing the boat. You're missing the boat. And it's a wonder that you're staying afloat. No, that was a good one, right? Number nine. Oh, shoot, where am I? Is that number 9 right there? Oh, shoot, that's number 10. See, what did I do? I moved the thing up. Okay, anyway. Number 9, seek collaboration with the operations team. Collaborate closely with the operations team to optimize operational efficiencies and minimize costs. Identify areas where cost savings can be achieved without compromising guest satisfaction or service quality. Okay, so get with your teams. I know, there's always some issues between sales and the front desk. Oh, the front desk, they did this, or the front desk says, sales, they always promise in the world. They promise in the world can't deliver a city. It's all these things back and forth. And don't tell me that it doesn't happen, because it does. I've been 14 different hotels, 25 years. I know it happens. So, but you need to seek collaboration. It's all about collaborating, because like I said, the end goal is to make sure you're either making budget or at least getting close to making budget, or at least stopping the bleeding. Okay. So, we need all hands on deck. We need to, map out what we're going to do, whose responsibility is what, and then go from there. Okay. But you need everybody in order for this to happen. Okay. Yeah, it started off as a sales issue, right? But it quickly becomes a hotel issue. Okay. And we need all hands on deck when that happens. Number 10, stay agile and adapt. Continuously monitor market conditions, consumer behavior, and industry trends. I mean, that's one thing we should always do. What are the trends going on, especially in our area? Just because the trend's happening in New York does not necessarily mean it's going to happen in LA. But then again, maybe it will. Maybe just a trickle-down effect. It just takes time to make it over here. But it's still important that we read what's going on in different market segments, not just our markets like, major city markets like New York, Chicago, DC, LA, all those different markets. We need to make sure we know what's going on there, because the trends that are happening there could definitely affect your hotel as well. And it's always good to be ahead of the curve. And then when the curve's already hit you, like, well, damn, why didn't I do something? Let's see. Be prepared to adapt your strategies and tactics as needed to capitalize on opportunities or address challenges promptly. Yeah, you want to hit things head on. You don't want to wait for them to be a problem, okay? And you have to be able to adapt. You got to roll with the punches, right? So whatever happens, just roll with the punches and keep it going. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're trying to make the budget, or at least stop the bleeding, okay? Remember, overcoming a budget shortfall requires a multifaceted approach and collaboration across all departments. Regularly assess your progress, make data-driven decisions, and adjust your strategies as necessary to drive revenue and make up the ground. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to make up ground. If I'm down $1 million in this July, more likely I'm not going to make up that, okay? But like I said, I don't want it to get to 1.2 million. I want to condense it as much as I can, and I have to stop the bleeding or stop the water, the leaks or whatever. We need to stop all this stuff, and we need to evaluate all those 10 things that the 10 steps that I gave are all equally as important. But like I said, we have to do it. I can write all these things all day long. I come up with another 10. But if we don't do anything about it, if we don't read them and apply them, I'm just wasting my time, right? So there's a lot of hotels that are going through this, right? Hotels that I was the director of sales and general manager of, we went through the things as well. Did I have a step-by-step thing like this? No, I guess I wasn't that astute then, but I am now, right? But I mean, they may not said the same thing. There may not have been 10 steps, or there are certain things that you needed to do to make sure that you were doing everything that you could within your power, because you will be called on this, right? Your general manager will call you on it. Your regional director, your VP, all these layers of people will be calling you and say, hey, what is the game plan for this stuff? This is a game plan. So if you wrote these things down, this is a game plan for you. I did the work for you. All you got to do, I did the leg work. All you got to do is the real work, right? Yeah, I can't do it. I can help you with some of this stuff, but you have a outline to success. You just have to apply it, right? How many people will do it? Like I said, less than 10% will do it. So, but anyway, once again, this is Russell of Hotels. I do these daily check-ins. How much time? I'm at like 37 minutes, right? I normally keep these around 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. I'm at 37 minutes. That's okay. That's all right. But yeah, I think this is important that I go over this. I mean, I could have waited till my show On Air with Russell of Hotels that comes on Tuesday. But no, I said, you know what? This is what's on my mind today, and this is what I'm going to talk about. And a lot of times these things come from conversations that I have with colleagues. I do a lot of consulting, right? So a lot of these things come up, these topics come up in conversation, and which gives me things to talk about, right? I'm like, okay, they're going through this, let me, kind of put something together for that to address some of these concerns, because everything I try to do is based on my experiences, right? Things that I had experienced back in the day when I was on property, right? And this, like I said, this is one of the things that I did experience. Does someone have a 10-step, process to tackle? No, they didn't. But that doesn't mean I can't come up with one now for people that may be in need of it, right? So that's what it's all about. I try to be a resource. I can't be Russell of Hotels and not be some type of resource, right, for people within the whole hospitality industry. And some of these things you can take and do it in any industry. It doesn't have to be limited to hospitality industry. Yeah, that's where I come from, right? And this is tailored for that specifically. But you can take some of these things out or add some things, and you can do it for any other industry. Just saying. So let's see. Where am I? And I couldn't stop without, throwing Level Hotel out there. That's one of our sponsors for On Air with Russell of Hotels. My live hospitality talk show comes every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Level Hotel, downtown LA, South Olive. They give out that Russell of Hotels rate. So just go stayinglevel.com, use that promo code ROH23. You get that Russell of Hotels rate. You get the same rate I would get, right? I actually have, well, I ain't going to say that. I was going to say, I actually have a couple of hotels that offer that Russell of Hotels rate, but we're talking about the Level right now. We're not talking about the other hotels. So, but anyway, so yeah, so just, if you're downtown LA, you need to be at Crypto Arena, you need to be at the convention center, you need a hotel. And the unique thing about this hotel, they all have balconies. All rooms have balconies. They're 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites. Kitchens, all have kitchens, all have washers and dryers. Ideal for, long-term stays, 5, nights and up, but it's good for any length of stay. And the big thing is, your typical hotel room is about 300 to 350 square feet. Some of them are smaller than that, but I'm being generous, right? These rooms at the Level start at 700 square feet. So they're almost double the size, or they are double the size of a regular hotel room. So just to let you know that. And then let's see, I see one other comment. Great live, Russell. Appreciate the insight, content you're engaging, deliver. I appreciate that. You know what? I appreciate it, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Jasmine out there in, was it Irvine? Jasmine's in Irvine. What do you do, Jasmine? Are you in the hospitality space? I'm not sure you are or not. Please tell me. Strategic account executive. Let me see. See, now I got to look you up. Problem solver, relationship builder, diversity. Okay, Jasmine, I see you. You're connected with Tina Zasadi. Tina Zasadi is a great friend of mine. So anybody that's a friend of Tina Zasadi is a friend of mine. Okay, just in case you are friends with her or not just connected on LinkedIn, but I just saw the mutual connection. So no, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully you'll come on again. Like I said, I do these lives. This is a daily check-in, so I do these every Monday through Friday. Try to do it around noonish now, somewhere around there. I also have a live hospitality talk show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. Comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Now that show goes about an hour or so, at least an hour, and we talk about similar things, maybe a little bit more in detail, in depth. And I normally have guests on and things like that. And we talk about hospitality. It's all about conversation. It's not an interview. I don't interview people. People come on and we have conversations about, this industry that we're so invested in, right? So that's what it's all about. And if I can throw out some tips where it can make someone's job easier, I'm all for that. Yesterday, I was actually, and I think I mentioned this for the people that didn't hear, I got linked up with someone that was coming out of college. They just received their master's in hospitality management from Cal Poly Pomona. Go CPP. That's where I went to school, right? I didn't get a master's there. I got my undergraduate degree there. Well, this person got a master's, but had never worked in a hotel. And basically, I got linked with this person through a mutual friend. And, she was able to ask me questions, which I love when people call and ask me questions about, what are the different things that I can do within the hospitality space or hotel space or whatever. And found out that she's interested in going into maybe being a banquet manager, or not a banquet manager, a catering manager. But she wanted to start as an admin. And I said, that's great because you get to learn everything without the pressure of being a manager, right? So you go in as an admin, like a coordinator, like a sales and catering coordinator. You get to learn everything, everything within that sales department you will learn, from the different software programs or, everything that you need to know as far as technology is concerned. You get to learn what is a BEO, menus, all that, the pricing, all that, conversations with your managers and overhearing conversations that they're having with their clients. And maybe you'll even have conversations with their clients as well. And, putting BEOs together and putting things together for the meetings and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was great. I said, if you're interested in that, I would definitely go as a coordinator. You'll learn from, like I said, the bottom of the department, and then, don't waste too much time in there, but learn as much as you can. And then when there's positions open to be a manager, when you're ready, then you can go and be a manager, right? And then from there, the sky's the limit. So I'm always um, I'm always supportive, right? When it comes, especially people come out of school that, maybe need a little direction and things like that. So I'm here for all of that. I am a resource, not just for people that are seasoned, and in charge of budgets and all that kind of stuff, or salespeople that may need some training. That's fine and well also. But the people that are coming up behind us, those are people that need some pushing and some guidance to let people know, or let them know that these are the different options within this hospitality space. You can do hotels, you can do CVBs, DMOs, CVBs, Convention and Visitors Bureau, DMOs, Destination Marketing Organization. They're actually the same, right? Restaurants, if you want to do food and beverage, you want to do operations, whatever you want to do, there's different tracks that you can follow to get there. Yeah, we all need mentors to get there, but you at least need to know how to get in the door and then make yourself known. You make yourself known by doing a great job. And if you do a great job, people will notice you. People will push you to go in certain ways. And then that's when you have to say, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Because when I got in, I did have mentors, right? I had more mentors that were pushing me to be a GM than to be a director of sales and marketing. So I knew my goal was to be a director of sales and marketing. And that's what I achieved, right? But then along the line, after I achieved that, I became a GM, which, okay, all right. It was fun for a minute. It was challenging. But that was not the end goal for me. The end goal for me was to be a director of sales and marketing and a large property, and I had a number, like I want 500 rooms, and I want at least 40,000 square feet of meeting space. That's what I was looking for. And I achieved that, right? And once I achieved that, I said, well, shit, where's it go from here? And then that's when I, let my guard down and became a hotel general manager, right? But that was not the goal. But then I left that and became a director of sales and marketing again at a similar sized property. Like, I think this one was 450, about 40,000 square feet of meeting space. And that was my last property. So through and through, I'm a director of, I like to call myself a director of marketing who sells, okay? I put the marketing before the sales part of it, because I think it's more important that we have more of a marketing background than a sales background. I think sales, you have your salespeople do that. The marketing part, the marketing portion of it, we need to be more savvy, especially these days when you have that social media component. Social media is not the end all be all, but social media is something that is needed, and we need to understand it, understand how it can apply. And I mentioned 2 times on those 10 steps that social media was important. But if we're not comfortable with it, we're going to gloss over that one, right? We're going to gloss over. So instead of having 10 things, we're only going to have like 8, because we're not going to understand certain portions of the other 2. So, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. So anyway, that's it. I appreciate you guys listening. I know I can get a little winded sometime, but hey, that's just me. So you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. We'll do it again. We'll wind it up and do it again for another daily live on Monday, time around about noon. But I'm always going to be live on LinkedIn and YouTube, okay, with the replay on those same platforms, as well as Facebook. I put it on Twitter, wherever other social media platforms I can put it on. It's going to be there. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Peace.